Good evening and welcome to the Reel McCoy podcast. I'm your host, Mephisto, and with me, always, my hetero life mate, Oh My Feelings. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, buddy.
And good evening to our guest, Hunter Pros, coming back, doing the back-to-back, just like Dr. Disrespect. All right, cool. What is the Reel McCoy podcast? The Reel McCoy podcast is your weekly movie podcast where we send you off to watch a movie. You watch it, come back to us, and we discuss it, nerd out on it, break it down, geek on it, and on the way, we have a little bit of levity with some segments and stuff, and maybe even prizes down the line, I guess. I don't know. You're willing to shill out for prizes? No?
Possibly.
Okay. Possibly.
We'll see.
A T-shirt. You know what? There was a very well-known weekly TV series in Israel. Every single week they had a competition, and whoever won a record, the old vinyl record, and a T-shirt, and that was like the business. Anyway, if you like to interact with the show, first of all, like, share, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Also, I've got another thing to tell you. Twitter at Mephisto if you want to interact with me on social media, or Instagram at Mephisto79. You can email us for suggestions and or guest appearances, and or if you are a graphical designer, please send me an email, the Reel McCoy podcast at gmail.com. You can catch us and follow us on the twitch.tv, twitch.tv/the Reel McCoy podcast. I will never, ever get that correct. And of course, because our guest is here, we are shilling out for him. Hunter Pros, go check him out on Twitter.
Thank you.
Fuck, he does not have a Twitter. On
No, I do not.
Twitch.tv Hunter Pros. He does not have a Twitter. Good for you.
Nope.
Good for you. All right, let's say hello to the chat. We've got Biffer in the chat. We've got Saf on the chat. We've got a few more lurkers around. We love you. Please keep coming. Share it with your friends. It just makes the show better. Intro over. Let's jump right into this, right? I'm not going to start fiddly-faddling around because we have got a show to do. So we start off with our favorite behind the screen.
Production take 2.
Behind the screens, where we go to All My Feelings and we get the lowdown on behind this movie. Take it away, because it's going to be interesting.
Let's just say, first and foremost, didn't like this movie, but so did not. A lot of people did not like it either, and its troubled production
I'm aware.
and the aftermath of its troubled production are key factors of that. Dominique Leroux was actually
before Dominique Leroux. Hold on. This we have to take this in consideration before you dive deep into it. Written, directed, and starred by Eddie Murphy. And also a lot of the co-stars are like very, very, very good friends of Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Please continue. I'm sorry.
Yes. So Dominique Leroux was originally cast as another actress, but she was fired due to Eddie saying that she was difficult to work with. Actress,
so she didn't put out.
That actress then sued Eddie Murphy and the production company because basically she said, well, I turned Eddie Murphy down. I wouldn't fuck him.
Yeah. Obviously.
The real caveat on that is, though, she was paid out for an undisclosed amount. So it was probably very, very true. And a lot of people knew about it.
Oh, for sure. If I knew about it, a lot of people knew about it.
Yes.
Sort of one of those Harvey Weinstein moments that didn't go awry.
Very, very much so, yeah.
Yeah,
she stood up for herself. She got fired for it, and then she got retribution, which is great. Especially like this is
1989.
So like the late 80s, early 90s. Like someone as powerful as Eddie Murphy at the time, taking him down a peg. That's big. That's big.
That's very big.
Eddie actually hated directing. He's gone on record saying that it was one of the most difficult things he's ever done, and that he wanted it to be more of a collaborative effort. But he said a lot of the best lines were actually said off screen, between the joking around with Redd Foxx and Richard Pryor.
Yeah,
which obviously had to have been a goddamn blast. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like we'll get into it, but the whole cast is a lot of people who are very, very funny, and even the actors that he handpicked are hilarious. Like the guy who plays Calhoun is a very likable.
Danny Aiello.
No, not that.
Yeah.
That's the cop.
No, that's Phil Cantone. Sorry.
The mobster Calhoun.
Oh crap!
Big fat guy. I don't remember his name. Obviously, I don't remember his name. But he's been in a lot of stuff, and he's well known to be one of those fat, jolly, happy people off screen. So it must have been a blast.
Yeah. But even though Eddie hated directing and wanted it to be more collaborative, everyone else apparently said that they had a great time working with him as a director, which is good.
Okay.
It's gone on record that Redd Foxx said it was one of his best experiences he's ever had on a set ever, which is
nice.
It's good.
Cool.
One very sad note is that no one knew how sick Richard Pryor was during filming, because this is in his last days when he was really struck down with MS, which is a very sad bit of news.
I'll touch upon that. I'll touch upon that when we get into it.
Yeah, it had a $30 million budget. It made $60 million gross at the box office domestically, but it was still considered one of the biggest flops of Eddie Murphy's earliest career. You know why?
Because they expected him to quadruple the thing. Yeah, I know.
Because this is after coming to America and a Beverly Hills Cop. Like,
Yeah, even as a kid, I knew this movie did not do well. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about like this movie came out in 1989. I was 10. By the time I've actually seen it, I was maybe 11 maybe. And when I kind of knew more about this movie was 13. But I was very aware that this movie did not do well. I watched it on I'm not sure if I watched it in the theater or not because I was young. But back then, young, it wasn't rated R.
yeah.
Let's just say that.
I'll
If I'm
I
honest,
find it really
I'm
interesting with the language in it, why it wasn't rated R.
That's weird.
For us, it's a different kind of rating,
Oh yes,
especially in the
different. It probably had an MPAA rating. Well, like for us,
especially in
Hunter, in the States, it probably was at least an R rating.
dude, late 80s, early 90s. I don't even remember even people discussing ratings unless it's like gratuitously sexual
Like
or
NC-17.
gratuitously violent. Not about the language. Never about the language. It's so weird for us. It was never about the language.
Because I think it's typically like the MPAA won't allow the word "fuck" more than like 3 times in your movie.
Oh, dude, this movie has the
That's
hard
done in the
the
first.
hard N, like
Yeah,
the hard N, and like
it's real
so,
bad.
yeah.
But then,
It's
speaking
well,
of
it's not bad to
movie
me.
theaters,
I love it, but
speaking of movie theaters, this movie had a lot of real life controversy as well.
Mm.
During one of the first the debut screenings of it in Detroit, there was a fatal shooting in one of the theaters. Yep.
Okay.
There was
Like Chris Rock said, people were shooting down the screen.
Yes, that after actually in a theater in Sacramento, 2 people were thrown out for brawling in the middle of the movie. Then shots were fired outside. Someone was killed. They had to they postponed the film to try to get an eyewitness of the 2 people that were fighting, because obviously the person, one of the people that got shot, was one of the ones that got ejected. So he's one. Obviously, it makes it seem like the person he was fighting with probably shot him.
Hey, maybe he had a posse or a friend.
They shut it down for an hour. There was a small scale riot.
Oh my gosh.
You can't make this shit up.
Dude, this is after this week. An old man who shot another man in a theater 8 years ago, got a not guilty verdict after they found out he felt threatened because he got thrown a phone on his face, and just because he was old, and Florida has like an upper 65 rule thing, he was not guilty. So,
Well,
and
as
the media
Americans,
framed it,
Hunter,
and I know it's off topic, but the media framed it as he was thrown popcorn and he shot him over popcorn that got thrown. So
yeah,
telling me in 1989 people got a little bit pissy that a movie got shut down because other people were fighting. Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah,
but in Sacramento though.
But as Americans, though, Hunter, you can kind of attest to this fact. We can just kind of forget about Florida most of the time. We're like, yeah, they're not really part of us.
I chalk it down to Florida, man. So I'm good. All right, I've got a few more.
There was one other note too about some real life controversies. There were so many brawls, fist fights, and fucking altercations in Boston that the mayor of Boston threatened to actually shut down screenings of the film.
What is with this fucking film, dude? I didn't know
I don't know
that much. I know it was like everybody shit canned it because it was bad, but woof. All right, cool.
Drama.
Yeah.
That's a lot of like IRL drama for a movie.
Yeah.
And then what was funny is it was, oddly enough, the chief of police at the time told the mayor, it's like, listen, you don't blame the gun for someone shooting someone.
All right. Let's not get
It's the
into.
person behind it. This has nothing to do with it. It has to deal with the people that are going to go see the movie. It doesn't have to do with the movie itself.
It's
Exactly.
so weird. It's so weird. Anyway, anything
So.
else? Because I want to dive into this.
Nope, that's it. The only thing I did want to mention, it was a hunter. I forgot to mention this last week. I did not recognize the cat from before, and I'm like, why does he have so much shit on the cat? I'm like, oh, it's the Walking Dead game cap. Duh.
Yes, it is. I always wear my cat when I'm streaming.
It took me a minute to remember. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what that's from. All right,
Yes.
let's get on to
All
it.
right, let's jump into this. So, Hunter, just get your input. You watched it this week for the first time?
Today. For the first time.
Nice. What you think about it? Just
I thought it
first
was good.
impressions.
It was funny. It had Eddie Murphy, so it's got to be funny.
Mhm. This is
It
almost
was a good
prime
time
Eddie
for
Murphy
him.
too.
Yeah, it was young Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I liked the movie. I mean, it was funny and all. The ending could have been better.
All right, I get it. Cool. It starts off, and again, we're not touching upon every scene, but I thought the first scene is very important because it sets up kind of a lot of the relationship between Sugar Ray and Quick.
Yep.
For a very long time, I had it in my head that his name was Ray Quick. Before I watched it this week, it's like, why Ray
Oh.
Quick? You know who Ray Quick is? Is the WWE wrestler R Truth. His name was Ray Quick.
Very quick. Yep.
Yes, or in some sort of a, it doesn't matter, wrestling shit. Never mind. So this whole scene, this like starting scene, opens up with about Quick and you don't know about Ray. Exactly their entire characterization from this point until the end of the movie. Ray is thoughtful. He's very meticulous. He plans ahead. He's very, very smart, and he knows exactly who he's dealing with the entire time. So he knows about this dude who's threatening him. He knows about the gamblers in the room. He knows about everyone else. The only person who surprised him was Quick, who is a hothead. He is quick to jump, quick to kill, doesn't think about the repercussions, and he is absolutely a stone cold killer regardless of what's around him. And that's Eddie Murphy's character, and that's so Pryor's character and Eddie Murphy's character throughout the movie.
The only thing that's really funny about this scene too is at the end when he does, obviously young Quick shoots him right in the head.
Yeah.
That line was the first line that I think that was the only time I genuinely laughed in this movie. Was when Richard Pryor looks at me like, man, I guess he did have bad luck with kids.
He did have bad luck with kids.
All right. You got me there. You got me there.
So I wanted to discuss this scene. And it goes throughout the movie. Did you not notice Pryor and Eddie change colors in their attire all the time? Almost never do they have black tuxedos together. Always back and forth. Now, I tried to read all about this. There's nothing I've read that suggests it was on purpose or something. It was just a decision, but it seems very purposeful.
Yes, which is odd because the only critical acclaim this film ever received was for its actual costume design. It actually got an Oscar nod for it.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know
really. They didn't win, did they?
No.
It was good because it's very period. It's supposed to be
This was
The
89.
movie, the movie starts. No.
Batman.
The movie starts. No. I mean, period. It's a period piece. So
It's period.
it starts
No,
off
but-
in 1918, and then it cuts to 20 years later. So it's pre-war.
Yes.
So it's 1938.
Yeah, it's
and
pre-World War II. Yeah.
Yeah, so Quick is about 28 or something, and Sugar is what, 60? You don't really know, but you guess.
Yeah, Sugar had to be in his late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah, late 50s, early 60s. So they run a club, and it's a club with gambling, and of course it's in a town where most of the clubs and most of the gambling is done by a person called Calhoun, which he has like several people working for him and giving him, the intake, and
Which
that's
in a lot of ways, this is just a take on the American gangster tale. I mean,
yeah, it's sort of a straight up gangster tale, and also it kind of leads
no.
you to
I mean,
believe.
the story of American Gangster.
Oh yeah,
The actual character
yeah. Oh
from
yeah,
American Gangster.
yeah.
Denzel Washington's character from American Gangster.
I didn't even think about it. That's actually
The
true.
Harlem Heroin King. Yeah.
Yes, but also it kind of plays with the timeline where it's sort of a speakeasy type deal. So prohibition, not supposed to sell alcohol type deal. So the front is a candy shop, but in the back is the gambling and drinking and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But it's sort of post the prohibition. So the only thing illegal there is the gambling. Prohibition stopped at 32, I think.
No, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, never mind. It is. And there we get introduced to Redd Foxx's character that has a problem with his eyes, so he can't really see.
He was funny.
Oh, Redd Foxx.
It was
Dude,
33, I think it was.
Redd
Redd Foxx,
the younger crowd. Redd Foxx is like a stand-up comic. Is Sanford and Son was the
Sanford
show?
and Son was his show. Yes.
It ran for like
the big one.
5 or 6 seasons. It's a black sitcom basically.
Yeah.
It's like it's pre-Jeffersons.
Yes.
Or was
but
it the same
very,
time?
very, very. If you see his stand-up, it's very raunchy humor.
Oh yeah.
Like he has the same kind of juxtaposition that Eddie Murphy had, where like Eddie Murphy Raw was not the Eddie Murphy you saw on SNL.
Yeah, he was down and dirty comic.
Yeah,
like a very down and dirty comic.
Same with Richard Pryor too. I mean,
and in Sanford and Son, it was everything but the curse words. So it was very close to his character in Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
And we also get a little bit later, we get to see the actress Della Reese. Maybe a little bit later. Oh yeah, we'll just dump. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say,
Charlie Murphy, the
Charlie
darkness.
Murphy. This is Charlie Murphy. I know it's kind of hard to recognize, but that's
super
Charlie
young
Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. Yeah,
And this guy, I looked up. That's also one of Eddie Murphy's
friends.
Kind of,
yeah.
We'll call it a posse or whatever.
It's his version of Entourage. I mean,
it's sort of an entourage. Like Eddie Murphy's entourage was huge. We're talking about 20 to 30 people, 4 bodyguards. That's a lot. So a lot of those people who are just hanging around Eddie Murphy, or his real close friends, like
it was the actor that played Tommy Smalls was also part of Eddie's entourage.
Yes, and he was in like a lot of his movies. He did like character works here and there,
bit parts,
and also
the Arsenio
Hall, who plays his brother, his brother,
Tommy Smalls' brother, but also like Tommy Smalls' brother, Reggie was his name. Reggie it'd be Reggie Smalls, but Reggie's friend that was sitting beside him in the back seat.
Yeah,
got his nose broken.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
a part of Eddie Murphy's entourage. Like a lot of these people is like, yep, you see a lot of these,
You see a lot of
especially
these
in
people
the
reoccurring.
late '80s, early '90s, even up to like the Nutty Professor when Eddie Murphy kind of had his career renaissance
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
comedian. Like you saw a lot of people in those roles. And Miss Farron.
Miss Della Reese, the national treasure. A national treasure. I don't remember where I've seen her apart from this movie, but anytime I see Della Reese in a movie, it's fireworks.
Mhm.
She basically plays the same character in every goddamn movie she's in. She's like the gruff, but really loving, caring woman. So and this scene, and I love this scene where he insults her, they go at it, she kicks his ass, so in retaliation he shoots off her pinky toe.
The pinky toe bit was just one of the most
I want to
superfluous
ask
things.
I want to ask Hunter if he was ready for it. Did you expect him to actually shoot her?
Kinda. I mean, when she pulled out the knife and then he held the gun to her, I was like, he's probably gonna do something funny or something, knowing Eddie Murphy, which then he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But side note, what's really funny too, Meth, is if you watch the scene when she does the combo where she hits him twice in the stomach and then does an uppercut.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy lets out the most James Brown-esque squeal when he gets hit. He really goes, "Ow!"
Dude, it really pains me that Eddie Murphy does his absolute best not to use his Eddie Murphy laugh.
Laugh. Oh, but he does it like 3 times in it.
He does it 3 times, but it seems like an effort to not do it.
Yeah.
It seems like an effort to stop doing it. And by the way, after this movie, I don't think you ever hear him laugh the Eddie Murphy laugh. Think about it. Like,
I'm thinking,
Coming to America is 88, right?
Yes.
So it's one before this. Then
Yeah.
after this movie, he hasn't done a lot of movies. Beverly
Well,
Hills
Beverly
Cop
Hills Cop
3 was 1995.
I thought 2 was in 90. Was 2 in 91?
No,
I thought 2 was after
two
this.
was in 90 is in 87. The first one was in 84. Beverly Hills Cop was
Yeah, I know. It's
was
a very
the
early
number
film,
one movie in 1984. Then Temple of Doom, then Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been working on
No, I know we
on
talked
a video
about this before. Yeah.
But yeah, so and then 87 was Beverly Hills Cop 2. Then 88 he had the Coming to America, and then this, and then quiet until he gets the Nutty Professor.
No, because he had he did many movies in between there, like Boomerang.
Oh, he did. No, yeah. I mean, he did movies that went a little bit off the radar. So he did Boomerang, and he did. Was he in Jungle Fever? No, Jungle Fever is Wesley Snipes.
That's Wesley Snipes. Yeah,
I don't remember. You can pull up a filmography.
He was in several movies, but they weren't very good. In fact, they were actually known for being pretty terrible.
Yeah, and then he did Nutty Professor, and then suddenly he did it's like Kindergarten Dad and all, like a lot of Disney. Dr. Dolittle.
No, it was Daddy Daycare.
Yeah, Daddy Daycare.
Well, then, obviously, he got the role in Shrek, which was the big boon for him.
Yeah,
playing
that's
Donkey.
that's 98.
No, that was 2001.
2000. Yeah. 2001. Life was his best.
Life. Yeah.
Life.
No,
Okay.
Buzz. That's
but again, how many people know the movie Life?
Life. Yeah, exactly.
just, like, think about it. What do you think of Eddie Murphy? Do you think Life or do you think Nutty Professor? I'm just saying.
Hercules.
I'm sure I forget a lot of stuff. Bowfinger.
Bowfinger, yeah.
Right.
God,
so how people know
now Bowfinger? That was the one with
but
Steve Martin, right?
With Steve Martin, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Ooh, that movie's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie is so bad.
Yeah. So Calhoun, we're gonna jump forward. We're gonna jump
Now,
forward.
go to the scene. The first scene with Calhoun.
Okay.
This is when I started immediately disliking the movie.
That's before they go at it. That's before they go at it.
Because I already knew that there were going to be a lot of dumb jokes in it because it's an Eddie Murphy film. But this is just like I thought that they would at least play Calhoun in a way where he was at least moderately intelligent. He's not. Cantone is the one who was actually really intelligent. He is just kind of a goon.
Oh yeah, the Golden Child.
Golden Child.
Bad
Yeah,
Eddie
yeah,
Murphy movie, and he actively disliked it.
I was thinking that or Norbit.
Norbit was way later than that. It was after Nutty Professor.
That's a bad movie, though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we'll talk about bad Eddie Murphy movies there. But
there's a lot, by the way.
I just didn't like the way that they basically made Calhoun essentially almost a stereotype in a way where he was just all menace, but no pathos behind it. Where he really didn't have a master plan. He wasn't anyone you would find even moderately intelligent when you compare him to anyone else in the film, even Cantone, his own.
I mean, let me say this: Cantone is much more menacing than Calhoun because Calhoun seems like a thug, and Danny Aiello is fucking phenomenal what he does with this part, and he plays it sort of like a typical Danny Aiello role, where
phenomenal is a bit of a stretch.
Dude, Danny Aiello is a phenomenal actor.
He does a good job with the horrible script he was given.
In this movie,
I'll put it that way.
He is very menacing in a very jovial, funny kind of, like this. He's, to be honest, who's more menacing, him or Calhoun?
Yeah, Cantone, obviously.
Cantone is much more menacing than Calhoun. But they're both not smart. They're very linear in their thinking. Maybe that's why you didn't like him. Like Cantone goes to Sugar Ray's house. He breaks in. He's like, yeah, we have a proposition for you, not an offer, a proposition. Why don't you just pay us your entire intake, and we might let you live. Sort of like that.
Yeah.
And Ray is much smarter than that.
Where it's always set up under the guise of, Ray, again, always trying to play the upper hand where he's saying, well, I'm just a candy salesman.
Yeah.
I run a legitimate business. Pre-money laundering.
I want to point to this scene. Now, not because it's a special, sexy scene, but when he lies in bed and he talks to his wife, you kind of see in his eyes the plan starts to form in his head. It's like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. He doesn't say it. He just, when he talks to his wife, he only accentuate his concerns, but the plan is already in motion, and I like it. Maybe it's because I've seen the movie a lot of times. But this is
you've probably seen this movie quite a few times.
I've seen it quite a few times.
I don't know how you got through it that many times, to be honest.
All right. Before we jump into the first segment, I want to touch upon Richard Pryor's. Yes. Hold.
That would be Hebrew, ladies and gentlemen. Having a conversation.
I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourself.
All right.
But anyway, we never got to first for just general impressions and everything. I know you said you kind of liked it and everything. Was there anything in particular that you didn't much care for, Hunter? Because as you know, I have kind of a laundry list.
The ending, for one, I just thought it was really lame. I don't know. I just think the plot for the very end, where they were at the end, was not good. But other than that, I found the movie alright. I mean,
Yeah.
So, guys, don't be married and burn lentils. I guess that's the lesson for today. Don't get married and burn the lentils because you're gonna get shit. Okay,
That's on you. That's on you.
that's on me. That's on me. I'm. She is not to blame. Trust me. I told her I'm gonna make something. I kind of forgot it.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's for me to clean and her to find out in the morning. All right, cool. I've put this shot up because I had a different shot in mind. I can try and put it now. What I want to discuss before we jump into our first segment is Richard Pryor's health.
Yes.
And it's something that I mentioned to my wife. There we go. I'll show you a picture from the end of the movie. The one thing,
see how thin he is there.
yeah, the one thing you get to see a lot is him sitting down or lying down or something like that. You do see him walk around a little bit, but not a lot. And always, he was always shot just above the belt line and not the whole full body shot. Mostly, not every single time, but mostly. You can see not by the head, by the neck. It gets very, very thin when it comes to the collar, and the collar is very, very tight. If you can see Redd Foxx's collar, I know it's a bit nitpicky, but if you see Redd Foxx's collar, it's not very tight on his neck. It's a little bit loose, so he can like move his head and breathe. For Eddie, it's very tight on his neck. It's a bad pose for him, but when you see him with a suit, the suit doesn't hang from him. Richard Pryor's suit seems like it's two sizes too big.
Him. Yeah. It looks like he's wearing like, hey, I'm gonna dress up like Dad today.
Yeah, it's not like what I'm getting to is the fact that he was very, very sick at this point. I don't know when did he pass away? 94? You can check that out. You can pull it up, Jamie. But I think this movie was his last movie appearance, if I'm not mistaken. Chad can correct me on this.
No, he died. He died in 2005.
2005, but I don't think he had any movie appearance. Maybe he did some TV stuff, but I don't think he did any significant movies. That's for sure. Maybe a cameo here and there. Never a lead role. That's for sure. Never like this.
He was in 4 other movies after that, and actually, his last movie was a David Lynch movie.
Nice, but
Lost Highway.
Not a lead role. And who ever heard of? Never mind.
Lost Highway.
I've heard of it. Never mind. I've heard of it.
One of the best Nine Inch Nails songs is on that soundtrack.
Really? Cool. Mm-hmm. I need to rewatch that movie again. But yeah, failing health and not much. Again, if I don't remember him doing any movie, it's probably a cameo or very small role, not a lead role, not starring Richard Pryor and whoever.
I would say the other line too before we go to first segment is I think Eddie Murphy did write himself obviously one of the best lines in the script, which is very apropos for his character, where he says he tells they're arguing about whether or not they should go to war a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But when he tells Ray, he's like, well, listen, it's not how many people you shoot, it's who you shoot.
Yeah, it's a very good line. It's a very, very good line. I think it's in the short as well. All right, cool. We are jumping into our first segment of the night, which is Missing Marquee. What is missing marquee is very simple. We take 10 posters, we get their text written off, and we post them right here, and we let Hunter try and guess what it is. And of course, the chat will save you. Don't worry if you don't know these films. It's a mixed bag this week. It's a mixed bag as always.
Hunter,
but-
I'll raise my hand if I know it. Just so you know.
Yeah, just
All right.
try not to intervene so much, and I'll gonna do it like this time, just to make it a little bit more fun.
Looks like a war movie.
Kind no.
Then I don't know.
This movie kind of bombed.
This
Do you
one,
know
is that-
do
a
you recognize the main guy? Oh, we
No.
got an answer.
Oh,
We
okay.
got an answer. It is Air America.
which I
Yeah.
had never even heard of that.
Starring
But that's
Mel Gibson and, by the way, Robert Downey Jr.
Really, this was
Really,
during his
really.
I'm really coked up stage.
Yeah,
right?
this coked up Downey. Yeah, I know you know it. I know you.
I'm just raising my hand for Hunter. That's all.
Don't.
Oh, you go. I don't know.
Akira. Biffer.
They're making the remake of it, and Keanu Reeves is going to be in it, which
not as
I don't
Akira.
know. No, as Tetsuo.
Oh no.
Yeah. Tetsuo.
First anime movie I've
Oh,
ever seen, by the
DK,
way.
it is a classic. You have to see Akira.
You haven't seen it, dude. I'm not an anime lover whatsoever, but I've watched Akira.
Yeah,
It's good. It's really good.
I don't watch anime, so. Oh man, that's an Eddie Murphy movie.
That's an Eddie Murphy movie.
it's
I
one
don't
we
know it.
discussed already.
Shush.
Kyle.
No, the chat will save you.
Beverly Hills.
Shut up.
Just say
Come
it out
on.
loud.
Saf got it. But which one, Saf? It's not number one. There's only three. Well, technically there's two. There's only three. It's not one. It is, of course, number 3.
Oh, I thought that was 2 because of the Adidas.
No.
Well
number 2 is when he leans on the Beverly Hills Hotel
that's
sign.
right. That's right.
Yep.
I don't know
should know this. You don't
I am
know?
not good with these things. No.
Dude, come on.
I am not good with these.
It's fine. I saw the lineup. I was like, okay, it's a mixture between old and new, so it's gonna be good. Maybe Hunter will get it. Chat, come on, do me a solid. I know all my feelings know which one this is. No, chat is quiet. All my feelings, please.
I believe this is the fighter.
This is not the fighter.
Really?
No, close one. It is about fighting, generally speaking. It's about boxing.
I know, but
Who's the main guy? You want me to punch in a little bit?
I have no idea.
oh, I forgot his name.
I'll give you a. I won't say his name. I'll give you
No,
this.
no, I know the actor. It's Russell Crowe.
Yes, it's Russell
Making
Crowe.
movies, singing songs, and fighting around the world. No, the actual boxer it's based off of. I'm trying to remember his name.
I don't remember the name of the boxer, but I know the name of the movie.
No, because he's really good friends with Doug Stanhope, and Doug Stanhope actually had him on his podcast. And he is so punch drunk he could barely speak.
Oh yeah. Come on. Just pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Saf did.
pass. Oh, I forgot about it.
Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man. Okay.
Also a new movie. Ish.
Yeah, it was like what? That was
Oh.
2012.
2012, 2013.
Yeah, but yeah,
I don't know.
DK got it.
Thank you,
DK
DK.
finally got it there. Yeah, it just really slow.
Cinderella Man.
Saf knows this one, but he doesn't actually know this one.
Ford, the car. It's a great classic car too.
We got it. We got it.
It's Gran Torino.
It is Gran Torino. Yes.
Spelled differently, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh gosh, this is definitely a war movie.
This is a war movie, World War II to be exact.
Hey, I knew it,
Nah.
Saf. It's not supposed to say it anymore.
Biffer is killing it tonight.
Yep, that's how
Hearts War.
Do that one too. Oh, come on. You have to know this, Hunter.
I'm unfortunately, my feelings. I don't.
Really?
Really?
This we kind of considered doing this as Tarantino month for January, but we had to do both of them, and it would have been very long podcasts.
Too long, yeah.
Kill Bill 2, correct. This is not 1. This is actually 2.
Well, I've heard of that movie at least.
This one, from all of them, I would have guessed that Hunter doesn't know, so you might
Oh
surprise
yeah,
me.
definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, cool. Saf says pass. Biffer says correct. K-Pax.
Yep. Don't worry, it's a bad movie. You shouldn't watch it.
Yeah, I shouldn't watch it. Trust me. Not because Kevin Spacey's in it. It's just a awful
terrible fucking movie.
I got to pass on this one.
This is also a new one. It's Al Pacino. This is Colin Farrell.
Never heard of it. That's so weird.
Not phone
No.
booth. Not phone booth. I don't think Al Pacino was in phone booth.
He was not in phone booth. Phone booth was basically just Colin Farrell in the phone booth.
Yeah.
Really. Kind of like that one movie with Sam. Oh, I forgot his last name. The Man on a Ledge.
Sam Rockwell?
No, that's not Rockwell.
Where it's called he was alone in the movie. I think it's called Moon. Or
No, not talking about Moon. I'm talking about the movie with the guy who was basically like literally on a ledge the entire film. He was in
The
Clash of Titans
Recruit.
once.
Correct, Biffer again. Even if you
I'm
Google
talking
it.
about other movies now because I'm not allowed to guess anymore. So.
And this one is a hard one. This one is a hard one.
Yeah, I pass again.
Yeah, this one is a hard one. This is for movie buffs. This is for all my feelings.
Is that supposed to be To Kill a Mockingbird?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
I
have seen that
Correct,
one.
sir.
Yeah,
I have seen that movie.
Gregory Peck's
Gregory Peck.
greatest role.
Yep.
Greatest role. And Biffer got it as well. Thank you, Biffer. Appreciate that. Yes, correct. All right, cool.
Hey,
Jumping
you
in.
allowed me to guess on that one, so.
So, Sugar Ray comes up with a plan for the fight night where they're gonna make sure we've got a bag man and make sure we've got a tail on the bag man.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, first we get to Calhoun takes care of Smalls here.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sends Cantone to take care
Oh
of him.
my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it has the setup between where Smalls gets killed, and that's juxtaposed with Quick meeting with Calhoun and Dominique, where he gets
Dominique.
offered.
Yeah,
the
he gets
opportunity
offered to come over to work for Calhoun. He says no. goes to Smalls because I don't even remember what the
Because he
reason
said he was
was.
going to go talk to Smalls. He told Ray he was going to go talk to
Oh,
Smalls.
okay. And he goes, and it's after Cantone kills Smalls. He goes, he's like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of here. Goes out.
Wasn't it when after Calhoun kills him, the guy who was supposed to is like, oh yeah, but Calhoun told me to slit his throat. He's like, well, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, go ahead, slit his throat. And he comes in after he like he shot him 3 times, and he's like slits his throat.
And this is
Quick
one
comes
of the
in, and
reasons
when
why.
he gets out,
Okay, no, but what's really important about this scene is one of the many reasons why I don't like this film, because there are so many instances where the acting gets really stilted, even by Eddie Murphy himself, who wrote and directed this.
hey, maybe he was under a lot of stress. You know, some people under stress have performance issues.
We're not talking about your love life, Meth.
Well,
Oh no.
putting that aside,
but him walking
I
in, when he said
am an old
when he
man. You
said,
have to know.
no, when he said, hey, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you do whatever you want, and you think about what you did, whoever made you really mad. Oh
Hey,
God,
you
it's so fucking clunky.
Tell me you like the joke with them spraying that entire fucking shop with 2 Tommy guns.
No,
And
I
then
hate
my
it.
God.
In fact, we're getting to my least favorite film.
everybody in the
Sorry.
world, everybody and their sister hates that scene. I don't know why. It makes me laugh.
It's so fucking
much.
stupid. And
Yes,
no,
it
this is
does.
one of the major reasons why I dislike this film so much, is everything revolving around Arsenio Hall's character. His acting is horrendous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He is so
It's
over the top.
terrible to a fault.
He is so over the top. And the guy next to him, not the guy with the pistol, the other Tommy gun guy, after they shoot the dude in the car because they're so stupid. They
Which
shoot
by
in
the
the
way,
car because of
when
a
they do, when he shoots him,
yeah.
you know what happens?
What?
They have the same like a almost James Brown-esque squeal that Eddie Murphy
That's
let out
right.
when he got
That's right.
uppercutted. Yeah,
Maybe it's just an insert sound effect.
it had to be an insert sound effect like the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. It had to be. It just had to be. It was just too on the nose. And anyway, when they go out, they spray the fucking shop, and the dude with the pistol is like, puff, puff. It's like,
No,
you are
he
This is my
basically
favorite
dumb.
to shoot like about 30 rounds, which by the way, they would have had to, like, I know that drum magazine carries what, 50 rounds in it?
Oh, they would have had to change it like twice at least.
Yeah. Well, I know
Yeah.
the one guy just, after they're done, spray, he just bang.
Yeah, that was my favorite. This is
Yeah,
actually,
I told you,
I think,
it's
was
so
my favorite scene.
stupid.
It was so stupid and funny. It made it my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah. It was so funny because it was so fucking dumb. It's so first of all, in the 80s, the magic bullet theory, right? All my feelings.
Yes.
Hunter, have you heard the magic bullet theory?
No.
In the 80s, they did like so many action movies. So they had like film companies that's their whole shtick, was to do action movies. So Chuck Norris, all the Chuck Norris stuff, a lot of the Rambo stuff, a lot of that was done by
Early the
Canon.
Van Damme stuff, like after
Was
Blood
done by a film company called Canon, which was controlled by 2 Israeli guys, not only Jewish, they were Israeli. And they did a lot of these. And the whole point is, throughout the action movie, nobody changes clips. Like, nobody changes magazines. Nobody changes nothing. They just keep shooting and shooting. Like, they take Berettas and they empty out like 70 fucking bullets, right? Taking over a fucking, I don't know, terrorist camp with one AK-47 that's on automatic.
They do that still in
dumb.
some movies. Some movies now, they still do that kind of thing.
Even in Predator, which we covered, they almost do not change their magazines. They just keep shooting and shooting and shooting like there's magic bullets. So
Well,
the whole point is this scene is so funny because it's so dumb. So dumb.
I guess I don't. I just think it's just so dumb.
Yeah. I know. So
Well, then also too. Speaking of another magic bullet theory too. So is Quick such a good shot? He's able to land kill shots on all three of them by going. Hup, bup, bup.
yeah,
that was
that's
funny.
the funny
I was
thing.
like,
That's the whole
what?
bit. That's the funny bit, dude. Oh, dude. It's like bam, bam, bam. And you know what? It's so contrast to another movie I've seen this week. I've seen Iron Man 3. There's a point in an Iron Man 3 where at the end where he's with Rhodey and they're behind some sort of a crate and Rhodey says, "Well, just tell me how many they are." And Tony's like, "Well, how many are they? I didn't see it was too quick."
Yeah.
That's
Like,
funny.
Yeah. It's like it's the same goddamn humor. It's so fucking good. Oh, so a part of the whole plan is Calhoun trying to send his girl, Dominique Leroux, who's a Creole, which she's gonna put I don't
Apparently
know what on you, the trout, the kraut, the trot, something. It's like the black magic. They should have said she's gonna put the voodoo on you.
like a voodoo curse. Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Haitian
voodoo curse,
yeah.
right? And she seduces him to come to her place and think it over. And of course, Quick is smart enough to put his guns under the pillow, and then he finds the little gun. He's like, "Oh, look at this little gun."
Well, no, she's just like, "Oh, she even thinks like me." Oh, yeah.
That was funny.
And it's like, oh, hello, Eddie Murphy. Welcome to the movie.
Yeah. And also, do you think he also got his nickname Quick for other reasons? Because her hair is still perfect. So is her makeup.
dude,
if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's just say
he said, what was this all just a part of your work? Because I've been like, I know I was putting in work. Yeah, what? Apparently 1 minute's worth of work.
Probably. The whole point for me is I really dislike this particular actress. I don't like her at all.
Yeah, what else
in
has she
anything
been in?
she does? She was on that show which was a Cosby spinoff called A Different World.
Yeah.
With come on, I forgot. She has like a French name, not Beignet. Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet, yeah, she was married
Yeah.
to Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was on that show with her, and she plays basically the same part. So it's like a bitchy
Jasmine Guy, that's her name.
Yeah, she always plays the same type of role, and to be fair, I just don't like it. And the fact that
in a lot of stuff.
she obviously reveals that she was there to be a perfect femme fatale, so get you into my bed, get you relaxed.
But as we mentioned earlier, she wasn't the original actress either. So
yeah, I know, but the whole point for Dominique Leroux is like being a femme fatale, catching you in my bed and killing you. And Ray is like, oh, and he just kill her. And then again, Eddie Murphy, welcome to the movie. He goes to Sugar, and Sugar's like, oh, did you have fun with your date tonight? It's like, I killed her. Slayed the pussy out. Cool. It's like,
no, I killed her.
Killed her.
No, and then the first response from Sugar is, what, the pussy was that bad?
It's like, yes, dude, that's the kind of humor I would expect from person who writes humor for a living. Dude. This kind of scene, these kind of scenes make me laugh so hard, and I know you think they're stupid, but I love them so much. Even in the scene where
It's fine.
it's just a scene before this, there's that scene in the bar where Sunshine, where her pussy's so good when you throw it up in the air, it's like a ray of sunshine.
Ray of Sunshine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why she gave herself the nickname Sunshine.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
when
she
she
goes
meets,
out and she goes to like
what's his name?
the guy, the bag man, and she said she has, "Do you want to be my friend?" And it's like, "I want to be my friend. Oh, I want to be your friend.
I want to be your friend. Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. It's stupid
Well,
and lazy.
there's a line later
Dude,
where
it's stupid
when
and
they
lazy
were.
writing.
Well,
but
no, there was a line later which I thought actually was really funny. Where it's after they bail out everyone from the jail, and they all go back to.
I know. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We can actually get to that now. So,
Yeah.
Cantone raids with the cops. He raids Sugar Ray's place.
Yeah.
Arrests everybody else. Sugar Ray comes out of the store. They don't arrest Quick, and they don't arrest Ray. And when Ray comes out, Calhoun sits there in his limo, and he basically says to him, "Look,
we gotta talk.
We got to talk. Either you sell me the thing, and you skip out, or I kill you, take it, and
you get nothing.
Either way, it's gonna be my way or the highway."
Yeah.
And Ray's like, "Okay." It's like, yes, sir, please, sir.
Well, no, actually, no. He wasn't even like that. He's even indignant too.
Yeah,
because Ray says, "Is that it?"
And he just leaves.
So, yeah, that about.
And then he goes, to the police station, right?
Mm-hmm.
To bail everybody out. And he's like, "I'm here to bail everybody out." It's like, that's 120 people. It's like, yeah. Could you just like tell me how much it is? And he goes to the bag, comes back. That's $1,700. He's just throws
it was $7,500.
$7,500. What did I say? $75? No, $1,700. And he just
it was $7,500. Big difference.
What do you want from me? Could you please order? I say $7,500. Am I correct?
Yes.
Wait, was there a wad of cash?
No.
Was there a wad of cash thrown?
No.
I love you so much. I'm gonna take a leave of absence. Anyway, so he bails everybody out. Wait. Come on, man. I told you it's very hard to. Everybody gets out, and Della Reese comes out and it's like, "Kiss my
whole ass."
My whole ass. And she leaves.
And that's the second time she said that in the film, if you pay attention.
Yes. Second, maybe like 17th. There's a whole... Her opening scene is like "kiss my ass" like 17 million times. Trust me, I know.
Then they talk about the orange juice thing. I think it's in this scene, right?
Yeah.
It was the corn beef. It was the hash. It was like, "Oh, you got my mouth ready for hash, and you ain't got any hash."
Exactly.
"Oh, you got my mouth ready for orange juice? You got no orange juice?"
Yeah. I love it. And the whole point, it kind of circles back to the start where they had that fight where Ray and Redd Foxx tell him, "Look, man, it's Benny, right? I think his name is Benny."
His name's Benny.
Yeah.
Redd Foxx. Yeah.
So they tell him, "Look, man, you gotta apologize to her." And it's like, I'm not apologizing to nobody.
Well, no, because he said, "Well, I thought this was already buried."
Yeah,
it's under the bridge. Just don't worry about it. Like it's past. It's done. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, no, you have to realize that beyond that tough exterior, like there's just a loving old woman there.
Yeah,
which is true because when he goes in and talks to her, said, "Listen, I just want to apologize about how things went down. Which is, if you look at it, like, had this been in a dramatic film, like had this been in a film that was actually taking itself a little bit more seriously, this actually was played off very well.
Yeah. And she would have like shed a tear or something.
And her tearing up at the end is like, I love that boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's making the sandwiches.
Her facade towards Quick does not drop whatsoever.
Oh,
her
no.
defenses are up all the time. When he leaves, we get to see
it just
the undercoating, the real gooey inner self.
She's a protective mama bear. That's what she is.
Yeah, she's a protective mom.
Yeah.
She protects her girls. She protects Quick. She protects even Sugar.
Yep. But anyway, it was also in that scene where they were talking about the mobster that they set Sunshine up with.
Yeah.
And after they had been together, apparently it was it who was it? I think it was Benny who said that. He goes, "Yeah, that fool is so in love with him. He's proposed 3 times, and then he went and turned around and said he was going to change his religion for him." And then Redd Foxx says,
"Oh yeah,
there's got to be some good pussy make a man want to change gods."
Yeah, yeah, I love that part. I love that part. And the next one is when they kind of set up the pickup and drop off, and when Sunshine leaves, he's like, "Yo, get." He calls, and I think his
daughter picks up the phone.
His daughter picks up the phone. He's like, "Give me mom." He's like, he talking to mom. Yeah, I ain't coming home no more. Bam, closes.
I ain't coming around no more. You take care.
Yeah, it's like that's it. That's how you end the marriage.
Also, in a lot of ways, I know it's supposed to be making fun of the fact that the pseudo mobster guy working technically for Cantone, not really for Calhoun, but still working for Calhoun because Calhoun works for Calhoun. Anyway,
the bagman. We'll call him the bagman.
He's supposed they're trying to portray the fact that he's an idiot with the way that Sunshine is painfully slowly giving him the exact information in detail multiple times. But it also kind of feels like Eddie Murphy's like, I don't know if my audience is going to be smart enough to get this plot point. So I'm going to have to make it real slow.
I don't know if it's aimed towards the audience or just maybe specifically for the guy, because he's dumb. He's played dumb.
Oh yeah, well, he obviously is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
You know what he reminded me of while we were watching this when I was watching the first time, Matt? The same guy who fucked over everybody in Casino.
Oh yeah, what was his name? Spagacci or Spalacci or whatever.
Let me see.
Doesn't matter.
I've got it over here. 1 second. Find it.
Do you wanna go full racist? Let's go full racist.
Oh wow. Yeah, it gets.
I'm sure you loved this part. You loved it. Spaghetti. His name is Spaghetti. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, my feelings, please. Stop being so.
It's Piscano.
Piscano. Whatever.
There.
Cannoli. Anyway, I'm sure Oh My Feelings loved this scene where when they announced the Irish white guy, the entire crowd rises up and cheers, and as soon as the world champion who happens to be black, everybody sits down, and the bleachers, because it's still segregated even though it's fucking New York, the entire upper deck where the
mezzanine is up,
like the African this is the African American section. Bam, everybody gets up, and they're more loud than the crowd downstairs. And yes, dude. Yes, exactly. This is exactly how things worked. Exactly, to the T. And there's around that time, I think, was it Joe Louis around that time? I mean, he was 175 years old,
Yes. Yeah.
but
No,
it was
you're
Joe
right.
Louis
Yeah.
at the time
Mhm.
fighting a lot of not only American white guys, but like Europeans and stuff, like European champions. So this was very much of the time. Jenkins
And also,
is basically Joe Louis.
yeah, but you also have to be a little more specific too, because Joe Louis also had a little bit of a stutter and a speech impediment.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I mean, after watching Coming to America, it kind of fits with Eddie Murphy's kind of appreciation to that era, or at least Joe Louis, because he wouldn't have made fun of him if he doesn't respect him.
Well, but also you have to really pay attention to the fact that like any kind of boxing equipment back then was very little less lax than it is now, where
Oh yeah.
their gloves were very thin. It was basically almost like bare knuckle boxing in a lot of ways.
Oh, and also, did you notice something with the announcer and the guy who was basically the play-by-play? You didn't notice. I know a lot of people didn't notice. The guy who calls the ladies and gentlemen thing, right?
That's the ring announcer, yeah.
The ring announcer. He was just a generic guy. The play-by-play guy is not Bruce Buffer, is the other Buffer. The let's get ready to rumble. That guy. It's the other Buffer. Bruce Buffer is MMA. The other Buffer it's like Michael Buffer.
Yeah, the one who actually like to get him to even call.
I'll catch it in a second. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, no, but for Michael Buffer to even say the lines "Let's get ready to rumble," he has to get paid like over I think it's $1.3 million.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah,
but
can you imagine that, Hunter, being paid $1.3 million to show like "Let's get ready to rumble"? Okay, I made my nut for the year. I'm good.
I can do that.
And he does that a lot. So every major pay-per-view for boxing, he does that.
I do believe he actually has he has a trademark on it now.
He does.
I think he may have.
Both him and his brother, who does MMA. Bruce Buffer does It's Time. He does that.
Yeah.
And that's trademarked as well.
Yeah.
And gets quite a bit of cash doing it. And I support it. And I couldn't catch it. It's literally 5 seconds of the movie, but it's him. You can tell it's him. You can hear the voice. And he does like sort of a radio voice because it's supposed to be over the radio because he's announcing it. Not announcing it. He's doing the play-by-play. Anyway, so during the fight scene, we get to see the heist that if you watch this for the first time, was like, oh shit, everything is messed up because of two white cops that were randomly there.
Oh, we did skip over one thing real quick with the fact that they did burn down Ray's.
Oh, yeah. It's before the fight.
Yeah.
It's before the fight. They
which in a lot of ways makes the ending makes a lot more sense of the reason why they wouldn't just stay after they get rid of everyone at the end.
Yeah, because I think Ray knew this was going to happen eventually. Yeah. That's why he told everybody to like skip away, don't go to work, don't go to the club and everything, and we'll just split town. And again, I told you, one of the almost only shots that he's full bodied, and when you look at him, the whole suit is bigger than him.
Yeah.
It looks better here because the neck thing is actually being hidden and it's from a little bit far away, but you can tell the suit is a little bit too big for Mr. Pryor there.
Yep.
So the fight turns in. Ray's men is going to the Pitter Pat or Patty Pat or whatever. They shoot up the place to make everybody run, and they completely exploded as a retaliation. And they knew that would lead up to Calhoun getting some sort of phone call. Again, everything is delayed because there's no immediate phone call. There's no nothing. He will know it a little bit later on, just to. I think it's just to make him angry, make him another mistake.
Well, that the setup that for Vera, Madame Vera.
Yeah. So
anyway, we have the accident with the two cops.
We have the accident with Ray and Eddie posing as cops, and then we are led to believe.
Which, side note, that was the only other time they ever show Redd Foxx with his glasses on. Which I do admit, the first time I saw it, it did make me fucking laugh out loud.
Yes.
Because they went, "What are you fucking blind?" They turned back and it's Redd Foxx with his goddamn huge magnifying glasses on.
Yeah, I know.
That was fun.
And we kind of expect things to go wrong because everything was going off relatively. Oh, they planned it and it's done immaculately. This is not right. And then we get to see this like, oh, that's what will fail them. But eventually we know these are paid actors, even paid cops. I think there were just actors.
Yeah.
Because when they actually paid them, they were off the uniform.
Mm.
And it's all to subvert the man Cantone, and they lead him off to like an abandoned bank, and he was laughing at them. It's like, why are you trying to rob a bank that was closed for 5 years
ago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds out, well, we're making a deposit, not a withdrawal, and they deposit him.
Yep.
And the one thing that bothered me is when it's like, oh, take very small breaths. And that annoyed me to no end.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, you got the third version of Eddie Murphy's laugh at the end there.
Yes.
Where he would.
Yeah, I know. I liked the laugh. I didn't like the fucking joke. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem.
But go back to that shot of Cantone real quick.
Sure.
Man, Danny Aiello had never looked worse.
Worse?
Yeah. Man, he looks awful in that shot.
Oh, nearly had it. It's very hard.
You know what he looks like?
Okay, tell me.
He looks like Robert Englund's pre-burnt Freddy Krueger.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it. I add a bit of scarring and you get it.
I gotta say, man, you're not looking good there, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not a good-looking man, but Jesus Christ, brother.
Dude, this is pre-Hudson Hawk. Don't give the man a little bit of leeway.
You keep bringing that fucking movie up.
I fucking love that movie, dude. I fucking love that movie. I love it so much. I even did a reaction video to it. Like, it's so difficult to do.
It's such a bad movie too. Oh,
have you seen Hudson Hawk, Hunter?
No.
If you want to see Bruce Willis, or let's say Bruce Willis's comedy distilled into a particularly bad movie, watch Hudson Hawk.
Yeah.
It's
like Die Hard, but way worse.
Let's
just say this. It's Die Hard without too many shots fired. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
There are a little bit of gun action, but it not a lot by Bruce Willis.
It's a bad fucking movie.
It's really good. It's fucking awful, but it's so fucking good. So fucking good.
Interesting.
Yeah, man, if you like, dude, I'm serious. If you like Harlem Nights, you would love Hudson Hawk. Trust me.
Okay.
All right. Right.
Actually, that's a fair
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair assessment.
That's
yeah.
a fair assessment. All right.
Yeah.
Before we go
Get
to the
the
last
end.
scene and wrap things up, it's time to do our second segment of the night, which is called Screen Fighter.
Round 1, fight.
What is Screen Fighter? Very simple. We take two movies, pit them together, and see which one is the best one. If we don't see any discernible, differences between the two, either they're very bad or they're very good, we go to our criteria, which is Friday evening, Saturday evening, out with the boys, out with the girls, out with your significant other. We've got two choices. Which one will we pop in? Chat participation is very much appreciated. Let me set this up. We'll be down here. Beetlejuice or Dead Poet Society. Chat, you go right ahead as we discuss this.
Hunter.
Dead Poet Society. It's got Robin Williams in it.
All right. Have you seen it?
No, but I like Robin Williams.
All right. You might not like this movie if you like Robin Williams. I mean, you might like it.
It's not exactly what you would call a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
No.
It's not a comedy.
It's one of his better dramatic roles,
Yeah,
I think.
I would say so.
I do have to go with Hunter on this one. Dead Poet Society. I love that movie.
Interesting. I'm going to go with the chat. I'm going to go Beetlejuice from this.
Which we already covered Beetlejuice.
We already covered Beetlejuice. So if you like to watch that podcast, you can go right ahead and watch Beetlejuice.
Well, there's Bella.
My reason.
Hey, girl.
Hi, Bella.
Hey, Bella.
My reason is if it's just these two in a vacuum and I love them both, I'm going to fall on the criteria, which I would rather watch Beetlejuice.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Coyote Ugly or American Pie 2? Now, we have got some shitters here. Because American Pie 2, nothing can compare to the original American Pie.
No.
Let's be honest. It's a lightning in a bottle. They tried to in American Pie 2, couldn't do it. Which one would I pick from the two? I would go American Pie 2 because Coyote Ugly is bump ugly.
I'm going to go American Pie.
American Pie?
I'm going to also have to go American Pie too. It's obviously a clearly inferior version of the original, but it is at least still moderately entertaining.
Exactly. I mean, if you've got John Goodman in your movie and he can't save it, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. You're done. You're done here. Go home. Men in Black 2 or South Park, bigger, longer, and unfucking cut. Are my feelings? I think your hands in the air told me that it's South Park.
Well, this was going to be one of the films that I was going to pick for the Matt Stone and Trey Parker month that we have coming up, which I'm very much looking forward to. I have to go with South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut because the fact of what a giant success that little independent film that Matt Stone and Trey Parker made in 1995 did in less than 2 years. They not only got a 4-year deal on their animated series, they got a major motion picture, then they got a fucking Oscar nomination for Best Song.
Which one? Your Mom's a Bitch?
No,
Blame Canada?
God, I think it was Blame Canada.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
it actually
awesome.
lost to a song from the Tarzan soundtrack. That's why they make fun of Phil Collins in the episode with Timmy.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Hunter?
Men in Black 2.
We are getting overruled by the chat and the guest. South Park was my first date movie, but turned out she was a hoe, so MIB rules.
That's funny.
Just for that, MIB rules. I would have picked South Park, by the way. But the chat rules this time.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Come
You
on,
having a
baby.
breakdown over there, buddy?
Come on, man. It's not me. It's Flick Chart. Come on. Come on, baby. Let me do my magic. There we go. Bam. Boosh. Booyah. Boyhood or Natural Born Killers. I have not seen Boyhood. Have you?
That's a good movie.
Really?
I have not seen it.
Death Proof.
Yes, we're talking
or
about like some of the worst Tarantino films. This is up there.
All right. So, Natural Born Killers or Death Proof?
I'll go. Natural Born Killers, because it's actually that's one movie that we've talked about watching. I can't tell you how many times, Meth.
Oh yeah, we kind of always pass it.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. underrated, still coked up. Robert Downey Jr. I might
yes.
add.
And who else?
And Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Also coked up, I guess.
Juliette Lewis is a fucking phenomenal in that movie.
Yeah, they're all really good. Like all the three main characters are fucking phenomenal. It's on the list somewhere.
It's not.
Hunter, I'm guessing you haven't seen either of these.
No, I haven't seen either of these.
Natural Born Killers is the one you have to see.
I would definitely say watch Natural Born Killers. It's a ride.
All right. Quantum of Solace and The Bourne Identity, the one that started
James
it all.
Bond or the American James Bond?
Which one? Which one would you pick?
Hunter?
I'm gonna go Born of Identity.
Okay. Cool.
I am actually gonna Hunter. I completely agree with you. I thought the Bourne Identity was a great way to start a franchise.
I agree, and the chat agrees as well. Really good movie. But you should have stopped there. Finding Nemo or Prometheus? Guess what I'm going for?
You're going for Prometheus because you hate everything Pixar.
Dude, I hate Prometheus. It's terrible. It's awful. I like this poster, by the way. I haven't seen this poster before.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's the Japanese release?
That's the uncle. So you can see in the middle there what the title is. Prometheus. That's katakana in the center.
Prometheus sucks, but it's better than Nemo. Says one of the chat.
I'm gonna go Nemo.
Hunter goes for Nemo. That's okay. Hey, don't let my Disney hate.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Infect you.
Meth, you know what's funny?
What?
I've never seen Finding Nemo.
To be
There's
fair,
no way.
To be
Never seen
fair,
it.
you should watch it once and understand that Ellen DeGeneres is. Let's just say this.
Well, I just
Ever
say, it was
since
my
Ellen DeGeneres came out,
So,
I cannot hear her voice. Ellen DeGeneres, before she came out, have you seen any of her stand-up? She was slaying bitches.
Yeah.
She was really good stand-up. As soon as she came out, everything she does, everything she's in is terrible. It's awful. I don't know what it is. It's something in her fucking voice. No fucking way I'm doing Nemo. Prometheus wins. Yeah, Bella, you can give me shit all you want. It's done.
Oh,
Adam's
wow.
Family Values or Annie Hall? I'm going to go first. Regardless what you think about Woody Allen, he has his style. The fact that it's in German, it's funny.
That's very funny, actually.
It's going to be Annie Hall.
Annie Hall is Woody Harrelson's best film.
Yep.
Hands down.
For sure.
It's Annie Hall.
For sure.
I haven't seen either of these.
It's okay.
You can
the
definitely
Addams
see
Family is not
family
worth
values. There's really not much to see there. Except the very, very young Christina Ricci.
We're gonna do a couple more. Cabin Boy. I don't think I've seen Cabin Boy actually.
It's a bad movie. You can put under
It looks
haven't
dumb.
seen it.
I'm pretty sure. I know Blue Valentine.
That's
all right. Cool. Good. Blue Valentine or Zombieland. Two really
Zombieland.
different movies.
Zombieland.
very,
I love that movie
very
with a
different
passion.
movies.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
Another Woody Harrelson movie.
Now, I really, really love Blue Valentine. It's a fantastic fucking movie, but I have to go back to the criteria, and I would rather watch Zombieland, especially everything with a certain Mr. Murray in that movie.
What?
Murray.
Sorry?
With Mr. Murray in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
Why you shot me?
Yeah. I don't know
Right,
why he's
chat-
dressed up as a zombie anyway. It's like, really?
Chat says Zombieland. I'm gonna say Zombieland too. I'm not really a fan of Zombieland. But Blue Valentine was the only thing worth in Blue Valentine is Michelle Williams naked. That's tops. Last pairing for tonight.
Now I know none of you have seen Sound City.
I have seen
So-
Sound City.
Oh, you
didn't
have?
Like it.
I have
didn't
not.
Like it. I didn't like it.
I'm gonna put that under haven't seen it for Hunter.
Yeah, we'll go with this. Burn After. I definitely seen that.
Yeah. Have you seen Burn After
I
Reading?
haven't seen it? No. I haven't seen this one either.
I can't do everything you haven't seen. I'm guessing that
That's fine.
one of the people in the chat seen it. Right. Hunt for the Red October. For me. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
I would prefer watching Burn After Reading, if only for how great of a mild-mannered idiot Brad Pitt plays in that movie.
But he gets shot in the face, dude.
I know, but it's hilarious.
It is I'm to be fair, that's the only redeeming quality of this movie. When Brad Pitt gets shot in the face. But it's going to be Hunt for the Red October all the way. Such a good fucking movie.
Fine.
Keeps you on the edge of your fucking seat the entire time.
Saf.
If you haven't seen
Just for that, Saf, we're never reviewing Boondock Saints now. Boondock Saints is now on the ban list, Saf.
We just lost a fucking viewer. He's like watching every single week, and every single week is like, please this week do Boondock Saints. End of the podcast. No Boondock Saints. I don't fuck. I can review that tomorrow. Yes, you can do that we can do that on the gaming channel too tomorrow. All right, cool. Right. One last scene. Well, a couple of scenes before we end it. So Della Reese goes to Calhoun and she literally baits him to go and kill Sugar, right? She comes out and she tells him,
go to this place
this
to
man stole
find
from
him,
you, and
essentially,
he's planning to run away, and I'm going to take care of my girls, and I want to stay and work with you, and I'm being a protective mom, and just get rid of him for me, and we'll talk.
Now, had it been stated that way, I would have actually taken it more seriously. But she had to bring up like, "Did you hear the fact that he shot off my pinky toe?"
Yeah.
Then I remember this movie. Like,
wait, you told me you haven't seen this movie.
No. Again, when I was watching it for the second time, then I remember exactly what happened before. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Which actually, by the way, is physically impossible to shoot
a pinky toe. It's possible, technically.
Have to be one hell of a shot.
Hey, it's Eddie. Eddie can do no wrong. Eddie can do no wrong. And of course, Calhoun takes the bait. He goes to the house. We'll flip it like this. He goes to the house and nobody's there.
It's a setup. Everybody out.
Yeah, set up, everybody out, and his second in command. I don't even remember his name. The old
They
dude.
never say his name.
Yeah,
No,
I
well,
think
never
his
mind.
name is like Richie or something like that.
No, I take that back. They say his name once because it was
before everybody gets
no, it was
blown off.
when Calhoun was questioning the other underling about
Oh yeah, at the
Smalls.
start. His name's like Eddie or something.
Something, but he ends up smashing his
Frankie.
hand in the piano.
Yeah. At the start,
He
at
said
the
like,
first
well,
scene.
what? Well, tell him, have him look at it. So they're
Yeah.
like, yep, it's broken. That's
Yeah.
it.
And he opens the wrong door, and everything goes off. So
Bang. Yep.
it's time to split town, and we go back to this.
And this is the scene I do not like.
Yeah, that's the scene I don't like either. It was really hard to tie everything out with a bow, I guess. It's just,
Well, in a way, the only way they could have it somewhat makes sense overall and overarching because had they not killed Cantone, definitely, then he would have gotten out. Then would have gotten the police would have been after them. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Even though Calhoun's already gone, had they gotten rid of Cantone completely, then they could have just stayed in town with all the money and just kept making more money, which is exactly what they would have actually fucking done.
Yeah, but they kind of like Ray kind of counted on the fact that people would look for them after. It's not like Calhoun destroying Sugar's establishment. That's a white gangster who was very established, killing a small-time black gangster. But the other way around, in 1938,
maybe he was like a capo for a don, and
yeah, it's like it's sort of that sort of
the
relationship.
pipeline.
It is annoying, but kind of true.
Yeah.
True. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, they drive off into the sunset.
And
Well,
they
not
drive
sunset,
off
but moonlight, really.
they drive off
Yep.
to greener pastures, whatever. And yeah, it kind of leaves you with a But again, I told you, I fucking love this movie, love the jokes, love the actors. We're in the summarization part. Overall, I kind of dug even the story. It was very simple. It wasn't very complicated. It wasn't like a major scheme. Simple bait and switch with the bags, simple baiting Calhoun to step out of his rocker and, going off to race to bust open and kill everybody. And only to find out he got, screwed over. But I did like the interaction overall between Quick and Ray. They're
it's a father-son relationship.
They're father-son, but they're also kind of diametrically opposed, where Ray is the most level-headed and calculated and intelligent, and Quick is the hothead, muscle, impulsive son that needs to be taught a lesson.
So Hunter, your thoughts again? Just
good movie. I liked the movie. I liked the comedy. The actors were good. The only thing I didn't like was the ending that we just discussed.
Yeah. All right.
Should I say my bit?
You should definitely say your bit.
I didn't like it. Genuinely did not like it. I was overall. It had some moments in it, but in between it, I thought a lot of the dialogue was really clunky. From bit to bit, some of it didn't really pan out the way that it should have. There is a reason why it's rated so low on every critic metric ever. Actually, Eddie Murphy received one of the first golden raspberries for worst director ever. For this movie.
That bad?
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad?
Yeah.
Back when Razzies meant something and the Oscars actually meant something too.
Yes. So it's I don't know. I think we could have ended Gangster Month on a better note, but I will say I am glad that I did finally see it. To say I have seen it. So
see, there are positives to the way I'm thinking.
Yep.
Sometimes.
And besides, you're gonna have to suffer through a movie next week anyway, Mep. So.
Oh, dude. All right. We'll close out the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please, if you don't mind, go to twitch.tv/HunterPros and give
Thank
our
you.
boy Hunter Pros a follow, just to push him
Thank
towards
you.
that we know you're gunning for it, right? For an affiliate?
Yep, trying. Yep.
We'll make it happen if we can. We'll
thank
do
you.
our small part. So go give him a follow and enjoy his playtime. Before we wrap everything up with a bow, we try our best to give you a little bit of a sampling of the movie itself. We call it the short version. So we'll
I appreciate it.
We'll set it up.
Are you welcome?
There. Here we go. Enjoy the short version of Harlem Nights.
Okay, here we go. The short version.
You ain't whooping shit. Now shoot the dice, you snaggle-tooth motherfucker.
I guess he does have bad luck with kids.
12 sandwich-eating bastard. What does she want with it?
I don't know, man. She likes fat guys.
Nobody steals from me.
What the fuck is wrong with you? My clothes fit me well. What are you? You used to be a nightclub comic or something?
No.
Well, you people enjoy your meals. Come on, baby.
It's not how many people you shoot. It's who you shoot.
Oh, well, you don't want to mess around with one of them Creole women. Yeah, you fuck around and get a root put on your ass. He puts his money with the other money, so it don't make no difference who wins. We hitting all the money.
They're putting their money on Kirkpatrick.
Let's kill that bastard now, man. Let's do it for Tommy.
I have got a girl whose pussy is so good, if you threw it up in the air, it would turn into sunshine.
God, oh, look at me. So adorable.
So that's what this is about.
Sure, I'd like to be be your friend.
How was your day?
I killed her.
Ah, tore the pussy up, huh? They're gonna put on your tombstone. Here lies a man, 27 years old. He died, but he ain't no punk.
Kiss my entire ass.
Now, you know, that's some mean pussy make a man change guards.
Don't take this ass whipping personally.
Just because your name's heroin don't mean you have to go around selling it.
Take very short breaths.
It's a setup. It's a fucking setup.
Sweet as sugar.
You know what's funny, Meth, is the fact that I've only seen this movie twice, and you mentioned the lines that I quoted.
Dude, are we or are we not friends?
That's very true.
Exactly.
It's like we've been doing this for almost a year.
It's like we've been doing this for almost a year. All right, cool. All right, last bit of information for you guys. Please, if you want to interact with me, not with All My Feelings, because he's a very busy man, at Mephisto on Twitter or at Mephisto79 on Instagram, or if you want to email us for anything, including suggestions, graphical designs, whatever you want, the Reel McCoy podcast at gmail.com. You can catch us live simultaneously on twitch.tv/the Reel McCoy podcast. So if you want to give us a follow there, you can go right ahead.
Seth, I've seen them.
Next week is a movie that all of you will have a hard time trying to find because it took me
such a good movie. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to this one.
A while. Next month, I do believe it has no.
As a thing, March is a kind of a freebie month.
Yeah, it's sort of a hodgepodge of movies. Whatever we wanted. It's there. So there's no there's no theme to follow. But we're gonna start with a movie that I haven't seen before. It's called I Saw the Devil. By the way, I've seen the main actor. I love that guy. So and I haven't seen that movie. It's horror of the horror genre.
It's more of it's a thriller.
It's a thriller.
No,
Thriller.
yeah.
Right, thriller. It's called I Saw the Devil. It's it is technically not technically the full version of it, although it is 480p, so it's very low quality. You can catch the full movie on YouTube of all places. You just type in I Saw the Devil 2010. It's there. I think it's about an hour 40, hour 48.
That's not it then.
You can. I'll Google it. It could be 2
the
hours.
full theatrical cut is it's 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. And yeah, it is very hard to get with English subtitles and dub. By the way, I tried both.
There you go.
It's
Well,
very hard. Yeah, free on YouTube.
Biffer.
See, I told you it's free on YouTube.
Tubi.
Just type it in and it's free.
Tubi, not YouTube. Tubi.
Tubi? What is Tubi?
It's a different streaming platform. It's free though.
It's
and
one
it's
of those
dubbed.
high seas one?
Not really.
Okay.
We'll talk
check
about
it out.
later.
I'll check it out.
Check it out. But I will say it's a fantastic film. It's a Korean
222.
Yep. No, that's the exact right one, Biffer.
Jet Li? No, it's not Jet Li. It's the same actor who was in Red 2.
Yes. It's also
and in many other things.
Also the older actor is Choi Min-suk. He was in all the older Korean revenge films like that are in the same vein as this, like Old Boy, with the original Old Boy.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
all right.
It's a great movie. Give it a watch.
Give it a watch.
Try not to get emotionally scarred by it, because oh my god,
me and my stone heart will manage, and we will have a female guest also watching for the first time as well. Yep. So we'll
have Miss Ling.
Very, very interesting. Miss Ling will join us next week. So until next week, ladies and gentlemen, be safe. Don't get invaded by Russia, and don't get the coof. So see you later.